Welcome, coin enthusiasts. Today, we're taking a closer look at the fascinating Lincoln Wheat Penny, a classic San Francisco mint coin with more value potential than you might expect. While most examples are affordable, exceptional red mint state specimens, rare varieties, and genuine mint errors can command impressive premiums. Join us as we explore its history, unique design, rarity, and the factors that can make a wheat. The 1954 S. Lincoln Wheat Penny is a fascinating late-series wheat cent that deserves attention from collectors, although one important historical clarification should be made at the beginning. The 1954 S is not a bicentennial coin. U.S. bicentennial coinage was issued in 1975 to 1976, while this coin was struck in 1954 as a regular Lincoln cent. Nevertheless, the 1954 S is an important collectible because it belongs to the final decade of the famous wheat reverse series, which ended in 1958, with a reported mintage of approximately 96.19 million pieces. It is not an ultra-rare coin in circulated grades, but exceptionally preserved red specimens can be considerably scarcer. PCGS records an auction result of $12,000 for a 1954 S-graded MS68 RD. Sold by Heritage Auctions on January 19, 2025, demonstrating how dramatically exceptional condition can affect the value of an otherwise common-date coin. The historical background of the 1954 S is equally interesting. The coin was produced at the San Francisco Mint, identified by the small S mint mark beneath the date on the obverse. America in 1954 was experiencing significant economic and cultural changes during the post-World War II era and the early Cold War. The Lincoln Wheat Cent itself had been introduced in 1909 to commemorate the centennial of Abraham Lincoln's birth, with a design created by sculptor Victor David Brenner. By 1954, Brenner's Lincoln portrait had already been appearing on American cents for more than 4 decades. The 1954 S therefore represents a mature period of the wheat cent series, only 4 years before the reverse would be replaced by the Lincoln Memorial design in 1959. For collectors, that connection makes the coin an appealing historical snapshot of mid-century American coinage. The obverse of the 1954 S. Wheat Penny features Brenner's right-facing portrait of Abraham Lincoln, with "In God We Trust" above his head, "Liberty" to the left, and 1954 to the right. The S mint mark appears beneath the date, identifying San Francisco Mint as the facility that produced the coin. The reverse features 2 wheat ears surrounding 1 cent, United States of America, and E Pluribus Unum. This iconic wheat design represents America's agricultural heritage and gave the entire series its familiar nickname, the Wheat Penny. The coin has a plain edge, a diameter of about 19 millimeters, a weight of 3.11 grams, and a composition of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc. In high-grade condition, the warm original copper red color, sharp lettering, clean fields, and strong wheat detail can make the coin particularly attractive. Rarity is where the 1954 S becomes especially interesting. Its mintage of 96,190,000 means that ordinary circulated examples are not scarce, and collectors should not assume that every 1954 S penny is an ultra-rare coin. However, the population becomes much more interesting as the grade increases. Copper coins naturally change color and often acquire scratches, stains, fingerprints, or environmental damage over many decades. Coins that retain their original bright red color are designated RD red by professional grading services, while RB red-brown and BN brown indicate progressively less original red coloration. At the highest mint state levels, the combination of clean surfaces, original red color, strong luster, and a sharp strike becomes genuinely difficult to obtain. This is why an MS68 RD example can be worth thousands of dollars, even though millions of 1954 S cents were originally produced. Condition is therefore one of the most important determinants of the 1954 S's market value. A circulated example with considerable were maybe worth only a few cents to perhaps around $1 or $2, depending on condition and the buyer. Better circulated specimens can bring several dollars, while attractive uncirculated examples can generally command premiums. Certified MS64, MS65 red examples may remain relatively affordable, often selling in the low tens of dollars, while MS66RD examples can bring substantially more depending on the marketplace. For example, PCGS records a 1954 SMS66RD NGC certified coin selling for $105 in July 2024, while another PCGS MS66RD example has sold for much less in earlier auction markets, illustrating how auction venue, timing, certification, and buyer demand can influence actual prices. At the very top of the grading scale, the numbers become much more impressive. PCGS currently records the auction record for the 1954 S regular strike wheat cent at $12,000, achieved by an MS68 RD example at Heritage Auctions in January 2025. This is an important distinction for anyone making a YouTube video about the coin. The $12,000 result represents an exceptional certified specimen, not the normal value of every 1954 S wheat penny. PCGS's auction database also shows much more modest results for lower grades. For example, an MS64RD example sold for $13 in an earlier Great Collections auction. These differences demonstrate why the exact grade, color designation, certification, and eye appeal must always be considered before assigning a value. The 1954 S can also attract additional interest when collectors encounter unusual mint-made characteristics. Collectors may investigate possible double dyes, die cracks, die chips,